Randi Rain here. The video I have for you this week was not the video that was planned. You see, I did a movie shoot where I was crammed inside of a little tiny box for several hours, and yeah, this 48-year-old hurt after that, so I got behind on a project I was doing. So I figure, hey, how about I just show this project that I'm doing? Let me show you a day in the life of Randi Rain. So the usual business with me is I make magic tricks and I make foam props. So besides doing all of my stuff that I want to do for myself, I build props like that. And then I also have special projects that I take on. So believe it or not, a very common thing asked for is what I call, and I don't mean to get technical here, but it's a thingy pusher, alright? So something needs to be pushed, okay? So obviously there's different ways you can push on something, but I get asked to make a usually remote control thingy pusher. So let's explore the thingy pusher. So to make this type of device, you would kind of think maybe something like a solenoid. A solenoid, it pushes and pulls. Solenoids have their own problems that I don't want to deal with, so I'm not going to be using a solenoid. And servo and stepper motors are out as well. Now I want to use something simple like this little gear motor. These are very easy to find and they are very strong and they're cheap as well. So the question is how to turn this circular motion into the reciprocating motion for the thingy pusher. Now of course one way to do it is if this was the shaft of the motor and there'd be a wheel on it, you could have a point here, let's say, and then a little track for it like this. And so as this spins around, this slides up and down, which would make this thing come in as it circles around. Now the problem is the stroke is here to here. So the more distance you want this to go, the farther it has to be out. The beauty of this is you only need to go in one direction, because when it's turned up to here it's this far, and when it's turned back to here it's this far, so it keeps going back and forth. The bad part about it is about the leverage. About time it's pushing out here and moving this area, this right here, that's the problem. You're losing out. So there's of course the way you want to do it. No, you want to use a gear and a flat gear. Add this flat gear like this. You had the gear here, so as it spins it's going to push this gear back and forth. That's the way you want, but then the drawback is that the motor has to reverse. It can't go in one direction, so it has to spin one way to push it out, another way to pull it back. So how do you define the stroke? Well, there's one way you could do it. You could put a switch right here, so as it comes it hits this switch, tells it to go the other direction, and then there's another switch over here that when it comes it hits this one. That's one way to define the stroke, but that's not how I did it. But first let's look at making this motor go one direction and then the other direction. I'm going to show you a real easy trick to do it, but to do that I'm going to have to show you switching. So here's the easy way to make a DC motor turn one direction and the other. So all you're doing is flipping the different directions of the current. So this is the easy way to do that. But first let's look at a switch. So there's one type of switch. That's a single pole, single throw. So it's only one pole, which is here, and it can only throw onto one here. So that's a single pole, single throw. So if you add another one up here, so now it's a single pole double throw. So electricity can either travel through here, or when it flips over to here, it will connect to that one. So it's either going to be connected there or to there. Now if you have a whole nother one of these, now you have a double pole, double throw. And if you have one of these, you can make a motor go forward and backward very easy. These two are called the commons. This would be normally closed, normally closed. This would be normally open, normally open. So you take the motor here, here's the leads, motor goes to the common. So then on one side you're going to put the positive, and then on this one and this one you're going to put the negative, and then this one gets positive. So in this position right now, positive is coming in, and you get positive on this side. Negative is coming in on this side, and it's getting negative on this side. If they was to throw to the other side, now positive is coming in on this side, negative is coming in on this side. Now this can be a mechanical switch that you activate, click, 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 back and forth, or it can be a relay switch. And a relay switch would just be a bar magnet type of thing here, but it has a coil of wire around it. And when you put power onto this coil magnet here, it pulls this over. Then when you take power away, a spring pulls it up back to the way it was. Very simple way to make the motor go forward and backwards. And that's the way I used here. So now that you know how the motor is turning back and forward, here's how I define the stroke. Let's see, imagine this is the gear. It's connected to this bar gear here. Well, what I did was I took black paint and I painted a section of the gear. Then I just used a small IR sensor that could detect it. And what ends up happening is when the gear is turned and the white part of the gear is hitting this, there's no voltage coming off of here. But then when the black comes around, all of a sudden this goes high, and I can detect that. And that's how it's detecting the length of the stroke. Seems to work perfect every time. I've been looking for the best way to make the best thingy pusher for a long time. I think this is the best method.
Overcome you! Step right up, dumbass, and buy my snake oil elixir. Where's the green alcohol? Step right up, come on, fucking moron!
Well, there it is. That's what I needed to build this week. And so now I got to package it up and send it off to its owner. And make sure I don't forget the key fob. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a like. Because I'm going to be making more of these maker videos. Because I have some cool ideas that I want to do. So I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank these people right here, the patrons that support me on Patreon. Go check that out because, hey, I may make you stuff as well. So check that out. Thank these people. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.